I'm going to try and deliver this golf lesson in the least passive-aggressive, patronising way I possibly can. And the reason for it is I've just spent 3 days doing over 100 swing analysis at a golf event in the US. Now, of those 100 swing analysis, I would say 85 of them needed setup adjustments. Now, I appreciate these could be golfers that only play once a month or once a year, but there are also golfers in there that look like they kind of played quite regularly. Now, my gripe at the moment as a golf coach is everyone's looking for the perfect takeaway, the transition, or what do I do with my weight? And the majority of the time, you can't do any of those because of how poor your setup may be. Now, also remember, guys, it's important to note that I don't know what your setup's like. I'm just going to try and give you a basic setup fundamental that you can take onto the driving range, onto the golf course. Your grip can be strong, it can be weak, but their two hands need to match. You can't have one weak and one strong and vice versa. You can't stand miles away from the golf ball and you can't stand really close. Let's start with grip, the only connection that you have to this golf club. I saw this a lot during the swing analysis where the left hand was a little bit weak, so the line between index finger and thumb pointing up to the left side, and the right hand was really strong with the line between index finger and thumb pointing to the right side. These two hands, the hands in this position now, they can't work together. Just try it for me. Just stand in front of the computer or your phone, turn your left hand left, your right hand right, and then try and get them to move in the same direction. They can't do it. Now, if you're really strong in the right hand and you're really strong in the left hand, at least they can work together. It's not ideal, and I would change it as a golf coach and make it less strong. Strong is fine, too strong is not fine. Same with weak. If your right hand is too far over and your left hand is too far under, at least they can move in the same direction. They're matching up. And the golf swing's all about matchups. You might do some other things within the golf swing to counteract that grip. Again, it's not ideal, but at least it matches and you can play golf. So how to build this grip? Lead hand, left hand in my case, we're going to go from the bottom of the little finger to the middle of the index finger. We're not going to keep the bottom of the golf grip going across the joints from the fingers to the palm. We're going to go diagonally across the fingers from the bottom of the little finger to the middle of the index, and then we're going to sit the lead hand over the top. Now, my lead hand there, that line between index finger and thumb, points up around towards my right chest, and I can see the knuckle of the index finger and the middle finger. The thumb is down at 1 o'clock as I look down on that grip. Now, the right hand's going to do exactly the same. You can go baseball grip, 10-finger grip, you can go interlock, and you can go overlap. It doesn't matter. But what we still want is the hand going from the bottom of the little finger to the middle of the index finger. I personally interlock. I like the connection of my hands. The lifeline here is just going to sit onto the side of my thumb, and the line now between index finger and thumb is going to go up my right arm, exactly, or right side of my chest, right arm, exactly the same as what my left hand is doing as well. So my hands are now in a position where they can work together. Even if I create wrong, poor wrist hinge, at least they're doing it together. We have a matchup. That's the first matchup we need to get. I'm not saying that you're going to get the perfect wrist angles from this grip change, but at least it gives you a chance. From a posture perspective, a really simple drill. Get the butt of the club onto your belt buckle, the shaft of the club onto your nose, and just roll forward. Okay, how far do you roll forward is a great question. Okay, stand around about a club head and a half or so away from a wall and do that. And as soon as your bum touches the wall, you're done. That's as far as you need to go down. Now, there's some of you that may have a slightly bigger belly. You could do it on your back. Okay, you could do it from the top of your belt, just up your back, stand up nice and tall, put your head against the grip as well, and then just roll forward until your bum hits the wall. The bum hitting the wall is a great way of just knowing how far to tilt forward. And as you do that, you're just going to get this like soft, nice little soft knee flex, okay? Now, to check this, with an iron, your shoulders are going to be just in front of your toes, okay? Also with an iron, when you set up, your hands are just going to hang naturally from your shoulders Now, some players do get a little bit different here. You can get a little bit more comfortable if you prefer to be slightly out from the shoulders, but I would never say come in from the shoulders. Players that I see come in from the shoulders often then have a really poor takeaway because the body is naturally going to go and try and find space. You're not giving it space to start with, it will naturally go and find that space. Golfers that I saw in these swing analyses where they were set so far away from the ball, guess what they did? And they'll be searching the internet this week looking for tips on how to stop early extending. Well, you're not early extending, your body's just screaming at you because you can't get into the right place, okay? Or you're trying to swing it full, and from this position here, I don't care if you're a gymnast, getting to the top of the backswing from there is always going to be really difficult. So your body's going to adapt. For any of you out there that are looking for early extension drills, and by the way, there are golfers out there that just do early extend and we can fix it. Ask yourself the question, why do I early extend? You've got to find the root cause, and that's where golf coaches come in, okay? You can use AI apps and they'll tell you that you early extend, they'll tell you that you do something wrong, but they won't tell you why. Now, if you would like a free swing analysis with myself to help you along the way, then the link is down in the description below for my Skillist profile page. You can take a free swing analysis, and if you want to take some lessons, if you're just serious about getting better at golf, then I can coach you. So, lead hand, left hand, bottom of the middle finger to the middle of the index. Same with the right hand. Build your grip, set, and there's a good chance we're going to hit a nice shot. Oh my God, that actually might go in the hole. That is a beauty. Anyway, that was pure fluke because I've not warmed up and I've got an injury in my back. Right, the next thing, a routine, okay? Every golfer needs a routine, and I've been talking about this loads with my community on the Skillist app. I put a big long kind of, I think 8 to 10 minute video on there talking about pre-shot routine and asking all my students to send me in their pre-shot routines. It was really interesting that some didn't have one, some had a really detailed one, some had written down pre-shot routines, and it's important. I'm going to challenge you now to watch the best golfer in the world, Scotty Scheffler, because he looks like an absolute amateur. He looks like he's never played the game before. And I say that with a pinch of salt, but he builds his grip, he holds it there, he builds that left hand, he builds the right, he gets the little waggle, he gets a look at the target, he gets into posture, he gets comfortable, he's getting into positions. He takes longer than a 28 handicap golfer that I coach. The best player in the world puts more time and effort into setup than 28 handicappers that I've seen. And there's no fluke as to why he can repeat it. Now, I'm not saying you're going to suddenly be the world #1 after doing that, but at least you're creating a repeatable action. When you get in your car, you do a repeatable action so you can drive off without crashing. If you go to the gym and you do deadlifts, how many people go to the gym, see that weight there and just go, pick that up, that'll do, and your back's going to go. Everyone sets up and they get into the perfect position, they get the chest up, they get the chin up, and they know they're going to push up from the hips because you don't want to get injured. So in a golf swing, take that same time. You might not necessarily get injured in golf, but you're going to hit some terrible shots and play bad golf potentially. So we're set, grip, build your posture. There, it's really quick, really important. At least then if you're hitting bad shots, you can drum it down to swing. It could be a swing fault. It might be a swing fault, but it's less likely to be a setup fault. I hope I've achieved my target in this video of not being passive aggressive and not being patronizing, but it's definitely something I'm super, super passionate about because I see it and I coach it all of the time. And I also get lots of messages asking, how do I do the transition? Where should my weight be? How do I turn more? How do I stop early releasing? And 8 times out of 10, as it's just been proven in the last 3 days, it comes right back to your setup. So this is the best free advice you will ever get. It's not a sexy video on how to drive the ball 500 yards or flop shot it over a bunker or hit off a tight lie, but this sort of video will make you a better golfer. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, comment below, give me your feedback as well. Also let me know if I sounded passive aggressive, because I wasn't trying to. Thanks for watching, guys.